in from Jacksonville, Florida, home of the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. These teams have seen some very fierce battles over their days back in the SEC East when the conference was still in divisional alignments. Now they still have a very bitter rivalry even in the virtual world. Hello, welcome back to the HPL Game of the Week. I am TTV Hail State, joined in the commentary booth by Riley, and we will have Jake on the sidelines. Riley, talk to you about the keys of this game. You know, big historic rivalry, two teams that are trying to back their way into the conference championship from this point.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We got two really young teams here. Georgia, who beat me very recently, and then Florida, I'm playing next week. So you got some two great 25 team rivalry here in Jacksonville, Florida.
Indeed, I agree. As we see, Georgia definitely has the talent advantage. Now, these two had a very intriguing rivalry in the last season of the Hennessy Performance League College Football Series. The Florida Gators actually came into Jacksonville, upset the Georgia Bulldogs on the way to the SEC Championship game with a controversial penalty call at the end of the game on a roughing the kicker by the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia didn't like that, so they used their home field advantage in the playoffs to dominate the Florida Gators on a run to the semifinals where they would get bested by the Syracuse Orangemen and Jackson Altman, who is now in the same conference as both of these two. So both guys are 1-1, so we'll see who gets the upper edge here as the kickoff is out of the back of the end zone in Florida. We'll take it from their own 25.
I'd say the key to the game here is going to be if Georgia can just kind of play safe football, and then Florida, kind of the same thing, but I'm curious how their passing attack is going to be.
Like, we're going to hand it off to Johnson, going to get a gain of 1 for a stop by Raylan Wilson, and that will be... It's not exactly what Florida drew up in the first play. He had a gap, it looked like. He just didn't hit the hole powerful enough. Now Lagway going to drop back into shotgun formation. He has the man wide open. That's Badger. First down, Florida. All the way, and then it's going to get down to the 38. Lagway got 3 receivers bunched out to the right. Running back beside him. He's going to hand it off to Johnson, and that's going to be blown up. Loss of 3. Raylan Wilson in on the stop.
Tough running for Florida so far. You kind of got to expect that, though, with the Georgia D-line. It's just full of NFL superstars, basically.
A lot of these defensive linemen can outrun a lot of places in the country. Their linebacking core is Lagway going to scramble. He's going to get hit. He's going to get the first down and all the way down to the 50. And another break for the Florida Gators there.
It's a really big hit there. He's lucky he didn't fumble.
Lagway going to try to get the running game again. Johnson, this time he's got some space. Johnson going to get a gain of 7 here. Montrell Johnson has got 508 on the season for 6 touchdowns so far. Lagway dropping back. Looking, can't find nothing, almost sacked, he gets it off. And now a 3rd and short here. What will we see from this Georgia defense? Will they try to come out in a 4-man front? They've been running the 3-man for most of this drive. Looks like they'll stick with the 3-man. Lagway under shotgun formation. Lagway. He has a man first down. Badger again on that little route. And it's going to get all the way down to the UGA 22 for another first down Florida.
Really nice play by Florida, just taking what the defense is giving you.
That route has burnt Mason not once but twice here. We'll see if it keeps working. This handoff going to go to Webb, his first touch of the game. He's going to get 5 leveled there by Williams. Let's see. As we see a 4-man front for the Georgia Bulldogs, the receivers bunched out right. DJ Lagway dropping back, going to the end zone, and it's intercepted. Threw it behind his receiver. Dan Jackson makes the play, and Georgia will have it out at the 20. Just a bad throw from Lagway.
You just have to get that ball out towards the right, out of reach of the defender. You don't want to leave any chance for the defender to come up with that.
And now we will see the Georgia offense for the first time today. Motioning the running back over to the right side. Carson Beck going to hand it off to Frazier. Frazier going to get around the outside. Frazier's going to have the first, but he gets stopped after that down to the 30. And Georgia going to go in a hurry up here, trying to wear this Florida defense down here early in the first quarter. Beck going to hand off to Frazier again. Frazier going to be tripped up. Will he get the first? He will, but he's hurt. Nate Frazier goes down. It looks like that left leg. And we're going to see a new running back enter the game very early for the Georgia Bulldogs here.
Cash Jones, a personal favorite of Mason, joining the game.
Yep. So Kirby going to go back to one of his running backs. Maybe Kirby punched Lagway in the face, and that's why Lagway was so rattled on that interception. Anyway, Beck going to hand it off to Jones. Jones going to get a good gain up the middle. The Florida defense needs to find an answer here for this run game, or it's going to be a long day. Here comes Beck in shotgun formation, making an audible. The snap back, play action fake. He's going to throw to the running back, and that's going nowhere. Big hit on that left side, and it is 3rd and 4. Can Florida get off the field here? Beck's in shotgun in the backfield by himself. He's going to shift a little bit over to the right. Carson Beck going to call his own number, take it himself, get the first, and slide down on the other side of the field.
That's what's tough about playing a team like Georgia. You almost can never leave the box that open. Only 3 guys on the line and then a 4th linebacker.
And there is ETN. We've been waiting to see if he was going to incorporate him. His first touch is a gain of 1. We've seen Coach Massotes just not favor this ETN, but this is a very personal game as he is playing his former team here today. He has not gotten involved yet. We'll see if that changes as he gets another handoff. ETN going to get pulled down. 3rd and 5. And Florida will get another chance to get him off the field here.
It's one of those long drives that's getting the teeth tired, just running them down.
Yep. Got back 2 men out, left 2 men out, right in the shotgun formation. Going to look to the sideline. Snap the ball. Beck over the middle. That's a wide open tight end. Delp. He's going to make a man miss. He's going to be pulled down at the 9. The linebacker's playing too shallow, and Delp's able to sneak on right by him and get a big gain, and that will be where we take it to the end of the first quarter. Let's talk to our sideline reporter, Jake. How are we feeling? What's the energy like down there?
Well, the energy is off the roof, even though there ain't no roof here at this place. Been a great game so far as Georgia's back out for trying to be able to continue this drive.
Well, good job there to stop Frazier on the run. Or no, that was ETN. My apologies. Gonna get down to the 7 here. Now Beck gonna line up with 3 outright. 1 to his left. Beck gonna drop back. He's got Max protect on, going to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. I believe that is Arian Smith making the grab. The star wideout for the Bulldogs strikes again, and Georgia is on the board first.
No surprise to see him get a touchdown there, although you would have thought it would have been on a deep shot, but he can catch. That's for sure.
Just a 10 play.
These Georgia fans are rocking it down here after a successful drive. That was a really great drive by the Georgia Bulldogs. They stayed a lot of consistency within the pocket. So we'll see what Florida can do here, guys.
The 10-play, 81-yard drive, and the Dogs are barking early here in Jacksonville, Florida. We'll see if Lagway can rally the troops and get a response here. He's got 3 out to his right. Lagway, RPO, gonna throw the corner, gonna be knocked away. Good throw, good play out there by that corner to knock the ball out of his hands. It's gonna be 2nd and 10. Lagway Dropping back,
going
he's going deep. He going deep. What goes up must come down. Wilson, the third, breaking free. Touchdown, Florida. And the Gators strike right back, taking it down into the sea of blue and orange fans that's sitting behind that end zone. Georgia fans are stunned. Eugene Wilson, the third, his big catch. And it's a big one there as Florida's an extra point away from tying this one up at 7. Kick is up, kick is good.
That's exactly what you have to do as Florida. Strike back quick and hopefully get the ball back before half.
The kickoff will go to Smith. He's going to take it out here. Smith has some speed on him. Might have get through a hole. He gets down to the 22. So does the approach change now that you give up a one-play touchdown, or are you still ground and pound here if you're the UGA coach?
I think you kind of keep doing what's working until it just doesn't, because if you don't have to throw the ball, I mean, that's a huge advantage because you're not going to turn it over as much.
Kirby making some changes here to his defense. He did not care for the long touchdown that his dogs just gave up. Burt down the right side. That's not something we see too often. As we know, to play here at the University of Georgia, you got to be fast on your feet. Pretty much every position has at least 80 speed. As ETN going to get the handoff there. ETN finds a gap, going to get a first. Can he get some more? Going to be pulled down at the 40. And here comes a hurry-up offense once again. ETN, play action, fake to him. They're going to go to Delp over the middle, drops it. Just off of his hands. First incompletion for Beck on the day thus far. And now 2nd and 10. Florida could capitalize here if they can get another stop here. Or at least hold him short.
I thought he was going to go deep.
Carson Beck making some adjustments. Beck dropping back to throw. It's going to be sacked. TJ Searcy, the linebacker from the state of Georgia. And now it's 3rd and long. And if you're the Florida Gators, you need to get off the field here on this play.
Big 3rd down here. What do you call if you're Georgia?
We're about to find out here as Beck calling an audible here. Looking to the sidelines for a single perhaps. Beck dropping back to throw. Everybody going deep. There is not a soul on this side of the 50. Marshall running back. Can he make the play?
Is that PI?
Flag is out. What is the call? It is pass interference. And I just don't know if I agree with that call. We might have to bring in our rules expert there, who is also Code Red Dew. What did you see there?
I mean, you saw it. I mean, I think that was a really great call. That was a lot of defensive pass interference up there. Great call by the officials.
Code Red stepped out. But, yeah, that was pass interference, but it was a real risky throw down to the field. It's kind of ticky-tack, but there was contact.
Just a little bit of contact, you know. They're going to say he shoved him in the back as the ball was coming in. Just very costly penalty, as now Georgia has a fresh set of downs, of course. 2nd and 2. They're going to take it around the edge with Lovett. He's going to be stopped. Fumble! Ball's out!
Fumble.
Florida Gators on top of it. They say the ball does not lie. And if that's the case, that was a terrible call. Wingo comes up with it. And now Florida in great position here to take the lead of this game with 3:37 left in the first half.
Huge momentum shift to Florida after that play.
Johnson Jr. going to go around the edge, going to break a tackle. He's got the first. Has he got more? Gets over down to the 31. Gain of 14 yards for Montrell Johnson Jr.
If you're Florida here, you got to consider chewing clock. You do not want Georgia to get this ball back.
I agree. Lagway going to drop back to throw. Lagway might have had a man. Going to be hit and then just rumbled by the big defensive tackle. Jelon Walker gets the initial hit, and I believe that might have been Stackhouse in on the sack, and that's going to push Florida way out of field goal range. Oh, my apologies. That was Miller. That was not Stackhouse. So now you got to think something short. Just at least get yourself back in the field goal range. You got to get points out of this. Lagway gonna drop back to throw. Lagway, does he have something? Lagway waits for the coverage to break. Gets Boardingham. Breaks a tackle down to the 23. Big play there. Just you see the man leave his assignment to rush at Lagway, and they make him pay for it.
It's a great play there. Clock's not running as fast as I would have thought.
3rd and 2, the RPO goes to Dyke. Dyke makes a man miss. Dyke gonna get down to the 4, and that will probably take us to the two-man warning. He had 2 men back there, just neither one of them thought to make a play on the ball, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning here. Ball is down to the 4-yard line. Florida very much in striking distance here. Lagway still in shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Johnson. Johnson, can he break a tackle? Gets a gain of 2, but he's going to be short. We'll see if Florida thinks about maybe a pass play here.
Florida starts the shoot clock. I think it's a good move.
Lagway going to hand it off again. He's going to walk it untouched. Touchdown, Florida. They take the lead here. Montrell Johnson Jr. into the end zone for the Gators. Gators trying to put Georgia on upset alert. And you got to think about bigger picture here for the conference championship. Both of Georgia's losses are to in-conference teams. So this is a must-win for them if they want any shot at Atlanta. On the other hand, for Florida, I know one of his losses at least was a non-conference loss. So Georgia might be playing more urgently than Florida if you think about it. And here comes another RPO out to Lovett. He's going to be pulled down. Still plenty of time, especially with all 3 timeouts, to take this ball down and score. And, of course, you do get the ball at the start of the second half. So we'll see if UGA can draw something up here to get this ball down the field.
And he's got going deep.
It's Smith, and
Touchdown.
You just knew it. It happens once a game. Celebrating on his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
The only thing about it is leaving a bunch of time on the clock for Florida to go down and get at least a field goal.
It just seems to be a common denominator in these games that he's going to break off one big touchdown play, and there it is. 14-14, we are dotted once again. So, Riley, take me in the mind of Pablo Escobar here. What's the mentality here? Are you just trying to get in field goal range, or are you going for it all here?
I mean, you want the touchdown, but you don't want Georgia getting the ball back. So I would take a field goal over anything. I wouldn't want to risk throwing an interception or just having a turnover.
Lagway looking, doesn't have anything. He's got trouble. He's going to throw it away.
That was a great job getting rid of that ball there. That would have been a major sack.
Now second down and long still here. Lagway going to motion to the right. Drop back to throw. Lagway in some more trouble, I believe. No, that's not Stackhouse. We haven't seen him so far. He's going to get pulled down after a gain of 1. Going to be 3rd and 9.
This would be really big if Georgia gets a stop here.
Lagway. He's going deep. He's going to be hit as he throws. And with 49 seconds left, punt team's going to have to come out for Florida. And that is the last thing you wanted to see if you're a Gator fan here today. As Lovett, we know he's been known to take one back, but good job getting down there. Pulled down at the 28. And I think, if you're Florida, you just can't consider pressing here. That's just something that's going to get you beat every time when you're playing Georgia. Beck going to take the running back out of the backfield. Good job to pull him down by Shamar James. Gain of 1.
Georgia just needs to go in there, get up in the field goal range, and just take the field goal if possible.
ETN's got a lot of grass in front of him. ETN going to make a man miss. Pulled down dead at the 50. Second timeout, though, for Georgia. And, you know, this kicker has a very powerful leg. He has made 65-yarders before, rumor has it. So we'll see if Georgia considers a very long field goal here. The throw to the crossing route, that's Lovett. It looks like they won't need a very long field goal if they take it. Ball is down to the 33. Georgia going to hurry up, trying to save that last timeout. See if they can get a little closer to this end zone here and maybe punch it in. No, they're just going to hand it off to Etienne, and he's going to get some good yardage. Crucial missed tackle there. And I believe they're just going to let the ball run down. And they're just going to kick a field goal here. This is about a 41-yarder from this spot, but it's a good angle.
Smart call there just to get it in the middle of the field. Makes it a lot easier to kick.
And now Florida, of course, going to try to ice him here. Here we go. Kick is up. Right down the middle. Never had a doubt about it. And Georgia will take a 3-point lead into the locker rooms at halftime here. Jake, talk to us about the atmosphere here. What is the vibes from the Florida-Georgia game? This stadium is quite literally split down the middle in fans.
As far as fans-wise, they both are excited. They are packed full. I mean, this stadium has been rocking since kickoff. I mean, we've seen a great game between two phenomenal teams. And, I mean, this second half is going to be a very interesting one for sure. But as far as sidelines, it's been great to watch.
It's good to hear the fans are having fun out there. I'm sure they're about 3 or 4 beers in by now. This is the not named the cocktail party for nothing. As Beck going to drop back 1st and 10. Has a crossing route. That's Evans. We haven't seen him involved yet. He's going to be tripped up and pulled down, but not after he gets a UGA first down.
If you're Georgia here, I think you go back to what you were doing in the first quarter. Just long drives, kind of really beating down this defense.
Etienne going to get pulled down after a gain of 3. We have seen that Florida can get a stop when they need to. It's just they really need one right now. Should be a big stop coming out of the locker room. Beck, shotgun formation, got 3 outright, gonna make it audible. Beck dropping back to throw, looking to throw. He's going deep to Smith. That's a dangerous ball. Can Jackson come down with it? Yes, he can. Picked off down in the other red zone. Ball will be spotted at the 3, but a big play for the Florida Gators. Just what the doctor ordered for this Gators offense. You know, Smith can't beat everybody, and that was shown as Johnson going to get the Gators the breathing room they need to start really looking for a big drive here. It's going to be 2nd and 1 from the 12. And now Florida going to take a play out of Georgia's book and run some hurry up here. Blitz is coming, though. Pressure, and he gets it away. Now 3rd and 1. I believe that was Mondin Jr. that got the hit on the quarterback. Lagway getting cold. He's nervous. Florida needs this one. They're not going to get it. They try to RPO. And now what are you thinking here? Do you punt? Do you go for it?
You have to punt it here. I mean, you'd be giving up a free touchdown if you didn't.
Seems like he agrees with you. I know that if our analytics guy Joker was here, he'd definitely be saying go for it. But now Lovett's just going to fair catch this one. We don't see that a lot from him.
Now you just got to go back. Georgia's got to go back to what they were doing in the first quarter, playing it safe.
I agree. You know, you took your shot. It didn't work. Defense is able to come out and get a 3 and out. So I think that they're just going to play some safe football. Delp's going to get a first down, though. Florida's got to make a tackle in open field. Brink, talk to us about the decision and the analytics that went into punting that on 4th and 1. And do you think it was the right call?
Do you pick me up? Is my mic working?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, that you have to punt it there because, like you said, you're going to give a short field, and you've been playing pretty good defense, so you got to let your guys do what they do best.
All right, clock running down here. Flip to Lovett. He fumbled earlier on this play, not this time though. He's going to get the first down to the 24.
I like that Georgia's chewing the clock. Give Florida less opportunities.
And Beck going to keep it here on the option. He's going to be run down by Marshall, fumble picked up by Beck himself. That would have been another costly turnover for the Georgia Bulldogs, but they're going to keep it there. Beck quickly going back to get that ball.
Gotta wonder.
Walk on the sideline. Beck was slow to get up on that play.
Beck was slow to get up. That's not good news if you're Georgia. But now a crucial third down here. And he will get it. First down, UGA. Now with this clock melting away, we're going to be entering the 4th here soon. This is slowly turning into a must-stop for the Florida Gators as they're going to get a tackle Robinson down, his first carry of the game after a gain of 1, and with the clock ticking, will this be the final play of the quarter? No, it will not. Beck. Play action fake. He had 2 men wide open.
Touchdown.
He's going to go with the covered tight end, and he's still going to get in. Big touchdown here. Now, if you're Florida, it's time to throw it. Everything but the kitchen sink if you want to win this game. But the extra point will follow Ben Urasek for the Dogs.
Well executed drive by Georgia there. Did what you needed to do. Got the touchdown, and you ran off some clock.
6 minutes remaining. Jake, I know you're now on the Florida sideline. What's the vibe? How do they get back in this game?
Simple enough. You got to be able to play some better defense and try to be able to move the ball well. I mean, we've seen the pass going well for this offense, so maybe that might be the strategy for this team here.
Lagway gonna drop back to throw. DJ not had a very good performance from his O-line. He just got to take off with it. He will get a first down out of that though. DJ Lagway showing off the Cam Newton comparisons that he's been getting in the media since he entered Florida as a true freshman. He's gonna swap the offense over to the left. Lagway. Surveying the defense, and that is a false start. Just the Florida O-line just has not had a very good performance here today. But yet here comes Lagway. 5:39 left on the clock. He's going to the corner. Picked off. No. Humphrey had it, and then he didn't. And that would have all but sealed this win for Georgia at this point in the game.
This is a bad route by the receiver there. I think if he would have took it a little deeper, he might have had a little bit of an opening there.
Lagway breaks a sack from Williams. He's working miracles. Gonna throw across the field. Bad throw.
That was close.
Lagway struggled today, 5 for 14. But to be fair, I don't think he's had an unpressured throw all day.
I mean, you can tell. I mean, all these sacks he's been breaking, moving out the pocket. He's got some talent. He's just got to dial in with his receivers a little bit better.
Lagway, do we see some pressure? No, we don't. Yes, we do. And that's going to be picked off. Humphrey not going to drop this one. 40, 30, going to break a tackle. 20, 10, 5, touchdown. UGA. And that will make them go up 3 possessions if they hit this extra point. And is that damning for the Florida Gators playoff hopes this year?
I mean, if Florida loses this game, I don't see them making the playoffs at this point.
They will definitely have to. They will definitely have to win out, and I'm not quite sure what that schedule entails. I know Texas is next week for them, and I know they got the big showdown at the end of the season with Florida State. Unfortunate, you just been out talented here today. Couldn't get the stops that he needed to. Now this game is not over. We've seen crazier stuff happen before, but knowing that the way this Georgia defense is played, it's looking pretty grim for the Gators faithful.
Real quick, during that offensive possession, Carson Beck was seen talking to team physicians, and backup quarterback Gunnar Stockton was starting to warm up. Unsure if Carson Beck will make the rest of this game given the lead.
Yeah, I think that you just got to rest your starters on offense, especially if Florida doesn't score here.
Definitely agree. Last week, lost C.J. Baxter to just an injury late in the game. You don't want to have anything like that happen here.
Lagway going to drop back to throw again. That right tackle needs his scholarship revoked or something. He's been shedded on every single play. But Florida will get the first down here. Clock's ticking down to the 4.5 minute mark. Lagway looking, gonna have to throw out of it.
Lagway loves rolling left. Gotta wonder if Georgia starts to send some pressure from over there just to keep him in the pocket.
Lagway gonna go deep. He's got DK. Is the throw there? No. Doesn't get the feet in.
Do you challenge it? That looked really close to me.
The booth's gonna review it anyway. And they give it to him. First down, Florida down to the 18. Is there some life here for the Gators? Lagway in bunch formation, going to the running back, and Bolden had it in his foresight the whole way. The safety makes the play, and that will all but seal a victory for the Red and Black here today in Jacksonville, Florida.
Just got too desperate there, trying to fit it into a window that just really was not there.
And up ETN going to be stopped. Loss of one, Desmond Watson.
Just going to run the clock down here.
Feeding that boy. Another handoff to ETN. Clock down. ETN gonna be stopped on 4th and inches.
Gotta wonder, do you go for it here? I'd like the analytics.
I do like the analytics to go for it here, just trying to ice this game here. Because you already milked a minute off for 3 downs. Beck gonna not get it though.
Big stop.
Tyreek Sapp in on the play.
Florida needs to score and score fast.
Got to score and probably get a couple onside kicks to get back in this one. Rolling out.
Oh,
knocked away.
Almost another pick. Reminding me a lot of Anthony Richardson back there with the completion percentage today.
There's Lagway again. He's got the tight end though. Touchdown, Florida. That was a really good read there to get it to Boardingham on the goal line. He gets in. Touchdown. Now you got to think about the onside that's going to come most definitely.
I think if you get this, you have a good chance. But if you don't, That might be game.
Does the kicker have the spin? And that's just not even going to go 10 yards. It barely went 5.
Kicker might not be on the team after that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotta
he's
say,
on the chopping block.
I don't know how you kick it like that and it doesn't.
Supposed to be a high
Anyway,
kick, and the brother, well, he didn't get off the ground.
ETN and timeout Florida. Back ETN, gonna get pulled down once again by Desmond Watson. So 3rd and 9 here. Florida got to get a stop here to even have a remote shot at this game.
Big play here.
Beck just gonna hand it off again. Do you call the timeout just trying to save the seconds? No, they're gonna use the 2-minute warning this time, so they'll hang on to one timeout to use. As the field goal team is out for Georgia. And if he nails this one, he needs a lottery ticket.
Do you kick this, though? You could pin him really far back if you don't.
They're going to kick it. And, yeah, like I said, was the 65-yard rumors true? This one from 59. Wind blowing a bit west for... They're going to take their time. And he's going to
got it.
Nail it. From 59, you just got to wonder, is that Rodrigo Blankenship?
Rodrigo Blankenship? I think it's more Brandon Aubrey right there.
Many of you remember Blankenship from those teams that often found their seasons cut short by Bama. One really good kicker. He's actually unemployed now, which is sad. So we're hoping he can find a job somewhere because he is a very good kicker.
Might have to lay off the Legos to get another job.
Lagway just got to find something, overthrows him. Not the game from DJ Lagway you needed for Florida.
He's young, though. He'll learn.
Lagway hit as he throws.
As he throws and almost threw another pick there.
So is there a path for Florida to sneak into the playoffs from this point of the season?
I think if they made the SEC championship and
won, from Humphrey,
they would have to win out and hopefully make the SEC championship for that to happen, I think. And they would need some help from other SEC teams to lose.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to beat me next week.
Jakeem Jackson goes down with an injury.
You got to beat me too, so it's a must-win game for both of us.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can kneel it, Mason.
You can kneel it, Mason. He's taking orders like a good boy. I don't know.
No, I'm telling Mason to kneel it. There we go.
No, see, me personally, I think that's unsportsmanlike. That calls for a deep shot.
Yeah, fake kneel, touchdown.
As I believe we will see a display of good sportsmanship from Mason as Jakeem Jackson is okay, just a little foot contusion.
Now, aren't you battling that injury right now too, Caleb?
Do you go for it?
Yeah, and the analytics.
And on 4th and 3, gonna milk this clock down. They're gonna give the ball to Florida back with about 20 seconds.
You gotta imagine Florida's probably just gonna run it up the middle in the game, take it on back to Gainesville.
19 seconds left, and it is Hail Mary formation. And imagine the scenes. Lagway gonna scramble with it. A lot of time milking off that clock.
This might be some stat
Why is it
padding
not
here.
letting me? It's not letting me. It put it on turbo. I didn't mean to do this, but
All right, well, the clock's probably going to expire. This will probably be the last play of the game. Lagway, much like the rest of the game, just running around for his bloody life. Oh, my
He might
goodness,
have
Mason can't
something
make an
here.
open field tackle.
I tried to fall in the backfield, but it didn't let me.
That
Final
is not
score,
Jaden Daniels.
Georgia 34, Florida 21. We will get the winning and the losing coaches' post-game thoughts. Actually, right now, we'll start off with Mason Pope and the Georgia Bulldogs. Thomas Soaps, you get the win against your bitter rival. You take the all-time series lead over Pablo with the win here today. Talk to me about the game that was played here today in Jacksonville.
Yeah, just showing up and doing your job. It's exactly the win we needed, and the defense has really, really improved. I don't think I would have won the last two games that I played against Texas and Florida if I didn't make defensive adjustments after the just embarrassing loss in Tuscaloosa. So I'm glad those adjustments are working, and nobody's really been able to just run it up. Like, I felt like even though Texas, 38-35 in that game, but I felt like I was in control there and definitely in control the entire time here today in Jacksonville. Besides right there when Pablo went up on me 14-7. I think that was really the big turning point in the game. Just trying to get stops over and over, getting interceptions, and pressuring DJ Lagway. Some adjustments on the defensive line as well, putting in some younger guys. I think you guys mentioned as well putting in KJ Bolden at safety when Dan Jackson got burnt. And KJ ended up with a user pick that I was waiting for there. So, yeah, just making those adjustments and making the most out of the moments.
All right, talk to me about your receiver, Arian Smith. Just a guy that caught 2 touchdowns here today. Some are saying might be the best wideout in the country with his blazing 98 speed. Talk to me about how big he's been for this offense, because I know you have tried different quarterbacks, but nevertheless, it always seems like at least once a game he breaks free for a long touchdown. So talk to me about how he's impacted this offense.
Yeah, he's already I think this is 9 games into the season, and he's the all-time leader at Georgia in receiving yards and touchdown catches in a season. That's what happens when you have Hall of Fame takeoff and 99 speed and 98 acceleration. He's just a really, really good player on the game, and maybe if he would make the catches that he makes on the game in real life, Georgia wouldn't have a loss this season, but we do. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about him.
Wow, okay. So the animosity. So does anyone else have a question for Coach Soaps?
Not really. Just congrats on the win.
All right. He's not that interesting as he's going to leak his recruiting board. Dang, he's getting bitched by Ole Miss.
Texas.
Okay. So we'll go to the losing coach here, Pablo Escobar, as Pablo, tough loss here today. This makes your road to the playoffs very difficult. Talk to me about how you're going to keep the guys motivated through thick and thin after a tough loss like this to a bitter rival.
Well, I think I'm gonna remind them about what happened last season. We started 3-3 and then went out and made the playoffs. But I mean, it's a tough loss. A game it was the missed throw from Lagway on the first drive, and Carson Beck recovering his own fumble away from being a different game. But I mean, it's a tough loss, but we just got to move on and win out.
All right. Does anyone else have any questions? No? All right. Well, I reckon we can wrap it up there. Another thing to look for, the final game of the week, but play between
There's nobody watching the
UCF
broadcast.
Golden Knights and the Miami Hurricanes, the Drunk Fest, making his debut on Game of the Week. Very exciting things. I believe next advance is Thursday, so we will have more action as we get closer and closer to crowning a new
There's nobody
college
watching the
football
broadcast.
champion. All right, well, no one's hearing my great speech, so we're just going to end it there.